Nice head.
Thank you.
This is a surprise for you. A lot of people who wear a hat like this when they need to be silly. Those that know me, I'm gonna put this motherfucker on when it's time to get serious. For real. I was like, you can't do this to me. I know you. Just shut up. Give your reading. Can you get handsome every day? How you guys doing?
Great.
Great.
Wonderful.
Feel good?
Mm-hmm.
It's a new year. This has been like the greatest year of my life.
I agree.
Yeah.
These 4 nights are pretty awesome.
Let's not screw it up with work.
Yeah. Well, depends on your definition of work.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm excited about everything we've been talking about, right? I'm excited about everybody that's sitting here. I'm excited about the training class we have coming up on the 11th. I'm excited that Marine's back in the building.
Oh my God.
I couldn't go one more day without her. And if there wasn't a short week last week, I don't even know. She's back. Last week, Nelson Rodriguez, now in 3 days now, 5 policies, 4,000 AEP. Ansel, 5 policies, 6,300 AEP. Angela, 6 policies, 4,400. Elaine, 6 policies, 5,700. Mark, 4 policies, 4,000. Some momentum being built, right? And that's what we talked about, right? We had Mr. Ziegler up on the TV screen, right, talking about getting cooked in the squat or whatever. Do it now, right? We started to build that momentum, and we're building that momentum for a reason. Mike and a few of you guys that haven't been here as long, Claire, don't necessarily or haven't necessarily experienced what the norm is here. Okay, and what the norm has been, and get to December, things get a little bit whatever, but it's 8 to 10 grand a week AEP. 8 to 10 grand a week every week. That's what Nelson does, that's what Kenny does, that's what Angela does, that's what Mo does. 8 to 10 every week. Brian, when he's on his game. And there's no reason we shouldn't be able to do that times 10, right? Mike really started getting his footing last week. Ansel, right? Just getting that kind of, okay, this isn't so hard, right? It's not so hard. Keep it simple. And very impressive. I'm very excited about everything that we're doing, stuff that we have going on across the board in a lot of different ways, stuff that I can't even get into today because it doesn't even matter if you guys aren't great. And that's why we talk about the stuff we talk about in the meetings. Does anybody remember anything that Zig Ziglar said on Friday?
Keep pumping.
Yeah, keep pumping the water. He has an energy about him, right? But he's right. It's don't quit. The moral of that whole deal was you can't stop. You can't quit. You don't get the harvest if you don't plant seed. You don't say, well, give me, and then.
I believe we're going to get fired.
I believe they're going to fire you. I mean, no one deserves anything except what they are. And what they get is the thing that they're being. Be the thing that you want. It's impossible for it to not come to you. It can only exist as you are being. As I learn lessons about that in ways every day that I can't even put into words. And every time I learn a lesson about it, it's like, oh my God, when is this going to get old? When's it going to stop feeling like, oh my God, it doesn't ever stop? You got to do it every day. You got to do it every day. Being the thing is tough when you don't know what you want to be.
Oh.
Message.
What do you want to be? What are your goals? You know, and I'm thinking we got some exercise and stuff that we're going to work on to help. Because I get big pictures sometimes and I forget, even for myself. If I say my goal is to make money, why? Why? What are you going to do? What's it going to do? Is it going to make you happy? What's it going to keep breaking it down? You realize, okay, maybe that's not specifically my goal. Maybe my goal is something that ends up creating money. But goals are a weird thing. But I tell you where they start. if you're not writing them down, then they're just another thought that's fleeting. Has anybody in here ever written down a dream before? I got multiple shits on, by the way. Just keep taking them off. I got more shits. When I write down a dream, I remember it. And sometimes I'll forget it and I'll go back and read and I'm there again. I remember it. There's a power to it. Writing stuff down. There's a power to it. You don't have to know specifically exactly what your goal is and exactly what the road is to get to your exact goal, but you can start by writing it down. Nelson gave a meeting once, guys. It was really brilliant. He talked about little victories. And those little victories will help with things like this. Don't look at the mountain. What's the little victory today? What can I do on the next call? How can I self-evaluate? Have my stories had impact? I don't really know, but I'm going to make sure on this next call, every opportunity I get to give back with a story, they're going to feel it. And then after that call, win or lose, as far as getting a policy goes, I'm going to be able to say, did I win? Little victory, next thing. And those little successes, guys, those little successes are huge. And here's why, I mean, for a million different reasons, but here's a big reason why this is so important to me. To us. I know for certain that if I take an A student, straight A's their whole life, and I put them in a classroom full of 40 C students for long enough, that A student is going to become a C student. And I know for certain if I take a C student and I put them in a classroom full of 40 A students, that C student is going to become an A student. I want everybody in here to be an A student, but not just in their ability to sell. You don't find natural ability like Kenny Rios has everywhere. You don't need it here. It helps. It probably also hurts sometimes. Be too good with a natural sales ability because you rely, I do. The only one in here that's better naturally than Kenny is me. And sometimes, well, I don't expect you to say anything less, Bosha. But you can rely on that sometimes, and you forget little things. At least I do. I'm not saying Kenny does. If you're an A student in your effort, the choice that you make or don't make, put forth the effort. If you're an A student in the choice that you make to be prepared and ready to go, if you're an A student in the choice that you make to not quit at the thing, and this is the thing. This is where for right now, until you choose otherwise, it is where you will spend the majority of your waking hours during the week. Fact. And if that's a fact, and we're going to be here, then why don't we make the choices? And I'm not saying we don't. This is all right, food for thought, rhetorical situations. As we add people, they're going to become A students. They're going to say, man, how does Ansel get that done? Whew. What did Nelson just say? How did that? And they're going to connect those dots. Everyone progresses in regards to the process a little bit differently here. But one thing's for certain, every single person that has stayed with it and executed the process and not given up has been successful. Every single one. Anybody who is no longer here is either no longer here because they gave up early, or they just thought they were going to do something different or better, but were very successful while they were here. Or they were their own worst enemy in a million different ways, which created a situation where they could no longer be here. Does that make sense? Without fail, every single person who has made the decisions and the choices every day, and those go all the way down to getting up in the morning and saying, I'm going to be in the building. I'm going to be ready to go. To learning about a new product, to asking the right questions, is all of it. Being present through all of it. Everybody that makes that decision does well. And the majority, at least this is my perception now, seem to grow a little bit as a person. Whatever that means for you. I don't know what it means for you, but I've seen it. Nelson Rodriguez is the same dude from two years ago, right? I see it on all levels, right? Marine was basically homeless when we... I'm looking at her now, getting tattoos in Miami. Shoes on point. She go,
Garbage bags to Prada.
all right, so let's talk a little bit. Right. Talk about a little bit of specific stuff going into today. Responsibility for your biz, okay? Angela's there trying to clean stuff up and move stuff and see what she can do. At the end of the day, they're your deals. You got to stay on them. You got to know what's going on. The first place that starts is in those daily summary emails, guys. That's as quick and as live as you're going to see the information in all likelihood, right? Is that daily biz emails comes in. Any activity that happened overnight on any of your policies is going to be listed there. Whether a deal went from pending to in force to lapse to insufficient fund, whatever the case may be, any movement on a specific deal is going to be in that daily biz email. So it's a great habit to build, getting in right off the bat and checking that out. Most of you probably do. And taking a look. Oh, dang. Maybe Angela saw it yesterday, made a note and called it. Angela, how'd that go? Well, the note says I wasn't able to reach him, left a voicemail. I'm going to call him again myself. Right? Or whatever it may be for you. But staying on top of that stuff is staying on top of your money, staying on top of your biz. It's a choice to do it now or to not do it now. And every time that we do, man, we put a drop in that bucket of positive energy, of positive movement forward. And there will be times this year, both personally and professionally, where you're going to want that bucket to be full, where you're going to need a drink, and you're not going to want that bucket to be empty. And the future you is here right now in the room and is saying, jumping up and down, saying, I get thirsty as shit. Put drops in that bucket for me today. All right? Yes? I love that we can talk about this one because it means that you guys are progressing. The warm down. There's a number of different little traps and things that one moves through as they become an excellent agent, a master agent. And if we're to the point where we can start talking about warm downs a little bit, it means that we're getting things down. It means we're getting to the warm down. Okay? So in order for us to be talking about the warm down, it means we're getting there. That's a good thing. The warm down is the easiest thing to think is not important. Because it's done, got him. Well, first of all, if you're thinking done, got him, we'll have that meeting another time. But I can definitely understand, let me put that in a different way, hour and 15, hour and a half, sometimes longer, right? You had to overcome objections, you had to dance. You're more tired than they are, right? You can't go to the bathroom. Damn, I've got one of those wireless headsets Ocho's walking around doing, right? You get to that warm down, and now is the time. They just came out of an underwriting call. Stuff got a little bit dry, right? That underwriter sometimes is like, oh my God. And you get back out, and now you got to make them remember why they're making the decision, who they're making the decision for. We've got to be present enough in the call to remember a few things about the call. Maybe everything just went swimmingly. This was a great person. Rapport bill was there. Everything was nice. You're going to have to touch on a couple of those things to make them feel again. Remember why they're doing it. Hit them with the accountability. I'm not sending this out to you unless you can commit to making that premium payment every month. You can do that, right? Get them to speak it. When something gets spoken out loud, the law of consistency says subliminal actions will start to get created to reinforce the thing that was just spoken out loud, because I don't want to sound like I don't know. Yes, Angela, I will make all of those payments. The person that says that is going to be more reluctant to let a policy cancel. What if it's a call where we really had to overcome a lot of objections, where we really had to dance? Got to talk to my wife. Got to talk to my kids. Don't think I can afford it. Not really sure. I don't know. Can you call me back later? I don't have my checkbook. Oh, there it is.
Tired now.
That's a call where you got to get back in and address those things again, right? We got to hit on that stuff again. If it's talking to the family or talking to the kids, here's what I want you to do. When your wife comes home, you call me, and we'll go over it together. Because there's a lot to remember. Sometimes I can't even remember it all. Ha, ha, ha. I got my notes. You don't have my notes. Can't afford it. You told me now, Angela, that we found a policy today that was affordable for you on your your lowest months. Is that correct? Yes. You can afford this payment no matter what, yes? Your daughter doesn't have $15,000 if something were to happen to you. You said that correct? Yes. So this $20 a month for $5,000 of it is going to be a huge help. Yes. Yes. I can see for certain why this decision was such an important one. You're a person of character for making it. I'm going to hold you to it now. I better not get an email now, Kenny, that says you missed the because I'm gonna call you. I got this on recording. I'll have the recording on and be like, this is your voice, right? Fun. But in the warm down, you gotta tie all that together. And then the most important part of it is to talk about something that has nothing to do with final expense. What are they doing for their day? Where are they going? What's going on? What do you got going on? I'm interested in you. Claire has a great one that everyone has different. Nelson is real good in the warm down. Everybody has their own kind of little twist on what works for them in the warm down, and that's cool because it's the why, right? The script's alive. It's the energy that we're trying to accomplish. Claire makes sure on every single one of those calls, she makes a point to tell the person to go do something nice for themselves. You just did something that is amazing for your family, for the people you love. I want you to make an effort today to go out and do something nice for yourself.
I actually used that Friday. I think it was the guy was. I think it was Friday or excuse me, our Friday,
Yeah,
Wednesday or Tuesday. The guy was asked, "What are you doing for the holidays?" or "What did you do for the holidays?" Trying to time down, and he said, "Since I divorced my wife, that really hasn't been a holiday." And I was like, "Oh man!" I just remember Claire. I started going. I was like, "Well, tell you what, man. You did a big deed. Da da da. Go do something for yourself this next check you get. I know you're getting it early. Da 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 da." And he was like, "Thank you, bro. Thank you." And like he was, I didn't get
You felt the energy.
reaction. Like yeah,
First time he
phone
said
call.
bro, though.
Yeah, it was like a different
And it has power, right? We talked about it in a meeting a couple weeks back. Mike remembers it. Tell me, Mike. No, I'm just kidding. About the emotional loop that we close, right? That it's important that we close it for us, but it's also important that we close it for our customers. So that warm down is real important. We have videos, we have different stuff. If you guys want to take 5 minutes and watch one of them, refresh, let me know. I'll send you the link, okay? And very last thing that I don't want to forget ever, and I do, that I will no longer forget moving forward because I'm getting better every second at doing the things that I know are important. Current events. What's going on? What's going on today in the world? It's a new year. Right? People are feeling good just based off that. You won't even get in the gym today. Try to go to the YMCA
I
today.
know we're talking about that.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks.
Everyone's there. New year, right? It's like Thanksgiving. It's like be thankful today. I'm almost done. I got bust my phone. So, what is current about today that's important? Besides it being a new year. Guys, stimulus checks are going in people's bank accounts right now. They're just waking up in the morning and say, oh, shit, $600, $1,200. However many, you got 13 baby daddies, you got like $3,800. So, not only is there money there, but that money is free. It wants to be spent. Not necessarily on final expense insurance, but that little extra, that's something that might have, it's just real tough. Well, maybe I could do that. Let's go. That's in the air. Salespeople now take final expense insurance and whatever your ass, whatever a salesperson is selling. That vibration in the air, trying to eat right now. Sometimes it gets skinny. And a week before Christmas, I seen a little scout getting hungry, and it's time to eat right now. And reading Jason's mind, well, if it's time to eat, then shut up, Andrew. Which I will do right now.
You weren't reading my mind. What I was thinking last time we got our stimulus checks, we were pushing, especially for the small policy stuff. You got your stimulus check, and rather than recommending directly, just say a lot of my customers right now are taking that check and paying their first year off. So that way they know they have nothing to worry about. If it's a $20, $30 policy, $350, pay the first year off, and
It's a thing that can happen right along with what we're talking about. But decisions are being made, right? And we're doing a thing to help people. The energy of it all is like an avalanche. It's a momentum. There's nothing negative happen here. Doing it for the right reasons. We're doing it to help people. We're doing it to help ourselves be the thing that we want to be. And we're doing it together. A lot of power in that. So let's go out and do the motherfucking thing, right? And let's set the example, build the momentum, so these folks coming in don't have to come in like Mark and Elaine and Mike in the middle of December and be like, oh, sure, tough racket. No, it's not. Let's show them why it's not. Okay? You with me? Got greatness in your heart? Let it out. Everyone grab one of these, just have on your desk to read something that Angela sent me that I thought was cool. Under the entertainment category, please pay close attention to
Stimulus
number
checks too,
6.
for people that are insufficient funds right now.
Close attention to number 6 in the entertainment. Yep.
All right,
Listen to
wonderful people, kick butt. Hey, Brian, Happy New Year's. It's not an S on that, guys. It's Happy New Year. Okay, bye-bye.
I'm gonna pull them in individually.